We have another story out of South Africa, and these stories coming out of South Africa has been very, very interesting. I would say that much. Now, last story we covered was about a beach out in Cape Town where the Boers stated they didn't want Negroes out there on the beach. They had a private security company removing them off the beach. So the brothers and sisters went out there and protested and showed up and showed out because they're not going to allow the Boers to run them off of the beach. Now, we got another story, this right back to school. We talk about school here in America, but let's talk about it in South Africa. So an image came out of a classroom where black and white children were separated, and it sparks controversy in South Africa. If you haven't seen that particular picture, we'll put that up on the screen. And as you can see, you have all the white children at one table and the black kids are off in a corner somewhere. As you look at this picture and say, you know, this is the things I want you guys to think about. This is a country that has a population of 90+% black people. And as an African American, and I know many of you from South Africa watch our channel, and shout out to you, I love you all. I'm gonna keep asking the question, why do you allow this to happen? Why? It doesn't make sense. It just does not make sense. These people should be afraid to treat your children like that in that country. But yet they have no respect for you at all because this is what they do to you, period. Now, we in America have always stood up, and we aren't nowhere near 90% of the population, okay? And many of us have died standing up. But yet, if we can do it, well, surely you guys can do it a lot more than we can with the majority population. These people should be respecting you and respecting your children, and they do not, okay? And see, you talk about racism, and I hear many of you talking about that in South Africa. They teach racism the moment their children can speak, okay? It doesn't change no matter wherever the white supremacists go. It's the same actions. They don't want to be in a school with black people whatsoever. They don't. When you move around them, they move away from you. It's called white flight. And that's fine. They don't want to be around black folk. But to me, it's a little bit different situation in South Africa because you are in the continent of Africa. You don't have to be there. You can carry yourself back to the Netherlands where you come from. That's how I feel about that. Now, how is it I'm going to live in a country full of black folk, but I don't like them? I don't want them around me. Like, really? The government is black. Everything is mostly black. But yet you're still there. Now, the teacher that was suspended, they said at this school, after the photograph appeared to show the children, sitting in that corner. Now, they say it was the first day of school at the Schweizer-Reneke, if I'm saying it right, forgive me, brothers and sisters in South Africa, if I'm saying it wrong, in the Northwest Province. Now, the teacher took that photo to send to anxious parents. And so the black parents got upset about this. They said that, black kids being ostracized is no different than apartheid. Then someone shared another picture from last school year. Let's go ahead and put this picture up so you guys can see that. And this was them at a swimming pool. And all the black children have to sit there and watch the white children swim and wait for them to have their fun. Then they could get in and swim and have fun in the pool. So you see how they teach racism and white supremacy at an early age and teach black children that you're inferior and they're above you, okay? And this is happening in a black country. Once again, I will say this to my brothers and sisters in South Africa. There's no way that should be happening. But I know, I've even heard it myself. You have a lot of shucking and jiving people in Africa, meaning you have some black folks, that love them some Boers. They do. They on that all lives matter in South Africa too. Not everybody like Julius Malema. Not everybody is like our brother Vakulu from the Black Century Forum. Not everyone like the brothers and sisters from the BLF. They all not like that. Now, if the majority of the country was like those three groups, you wouldn't have that problem. But you walking around with that all lives matter mentality or shucking and jiving for these Boers, then that's what happens. That's why your country is in the rate it's in right now. That ANC, that's not for y'all. That's not for the betterment of the black people. It's not. They no different than the NAACP here in America. that they do want to just do a little bit here and there to act like they're for black people, but when the rubber meets the road, they're not about to get out there and do a thing. They want to just make sure they're comfortable in white supremacy. And the ANC has proved that. Now, you guys got elections coming up this year, from what I know. You guys definitely need to be out there registering to vote. I see the EFF's going to have a voter registration drive, etc. You guys are 90% of the country, so you guys control your politics. There's no reason that the ANC should be in control. From what I see, the ANC is not for the people. And the only reason the ANC is pushing this land reform is because of the EFF. Because they know more people side with the EFF than the ANC. So you guys have to all get politically motivated in South Africa and say racism and white supremacy is coming to an end in 2019. There's no reason for y'all to be dealing with that. Y'all have the majority to even instill laws against that. And it's just really not happening. There's no reason for black people to be the poor group. And these people are the minority and they own everything. It ain't no way that should be happening, because they wouldn't allow you to own everything being a minority in their countries. So why are you allowing that? I'm telling you that out of love, but at the same time, I'm telling you out of frustration, because it don't make sense, brothers and sisters in South Africa. It don't make sense for these people to be treating your children this way. It's the same thing with us in America. We can't complain about racism if we sending our kids to them schools, when we got our own schools that we can do for ourselves. And it doesn't make sense to complain about racism in South Africa if you're not going to do nothing about it. When you have all the power politically, you have the numbers and everything to do something about it. Do something about it, brothers and sisters. You have to. Like I said, I believe in you. The majority of us here in the States believe in you. And we do. But I don't like these photos I'm seeing. I can't stand it, because they should not even have a right to even think about doing black children this in Africa, South Africa, whatever African nation that this could happen in. To me, it's totally disrespectful. It's wrong. It's racist. But what are you going to do about it? That's just the thing we have to say about that. But leave me a comment there, know think about the situation in South Africa, because brothers and sisters, y'all got it. I know y'all rising up, and that's awesome. But it's time to end apartheid for real. Because yes, they say it's ended, but according to these pictures, they're still treating your kids like apartheid. It's time for you to end racism, white supremacy once and for all.